city at the moment, and I am on my way to Old Cairo. I've never been before, and this is gonna be interesting. My tour was almost cancelled, but I think this is the first tour that I'm gonna be doing. It's supposed to be a free walking tour, but obviously I know Egypt, and I know that the chances are the guy is gonna probably want some money for the tour. So let's see how that goes. I really like the archway of the bus stops, but today is actually Friday. It's so busy here. Today's Friday, which is like Sunday for like the Islamic Sunday. I'm sitting and waiting for this guy who's supposed to be giving me a tour. He's not here yet, which is it's okay actually. It's not too bad. Like, I'm just sitting and looking around. It's like busy. Honestly, the market area looks like Nigeria. Like, there's no difference, literally. It feels like Nigeria so much, literally. It's just that the floor is cleaner. You go to Nigeria, you can never find, like in a local market, you can never find this type of like clean floor anywhere. But the floor is really clean. But other than that, it's like, I feel at home in a weird way. Nobody's really looking at me funny, like too much. Until I bring up my camera. When I bring up my camera, people can tell that I'm clearly not from here. But yeah, I don't feel a certain type of way. I don't feel a certain type of way. And yeah, people are just friendly. People are super nice, which is good. It's really good. I didn't expect that. For some reason, I didn't expect that people would be this nice. But people are super nice, so that's really good. I can already see like the mosque, and like the mosque is under construction, so I don't think I'll be able to go in today. But other than that, like, it looks good. So I'm just inside the Coptic church, and it's quite interesting. I've been to a Coptic church actually in the UK before. I don't even know how I found it. It was very interesting how I found it. But anyway, the whole concept of the Coptic church is that, so if you know about Christianity, so there's obviously Peter, who built the church, and I think he built the church and did most of his spreading of the church sort of like in Israel and in Rome, whereas Mark came to Egypt. The whole concept is that Mark allegedly, well, not allegedly, I think it's the truth, obviously, set up the Christian church in Egypt, which is quite interesting. I really liked the one in the UK, because why did I like the one in the UK? I liked it because the sort of like figurines or the faces of the people in the one in the UK were brown, and I just like that, because I barely see if it's not like when they're showing like physical signs of like Jesus and Mary, etc., it's normally white. But like, I like the fact that the one in the UK, the Coptic church that I went to in the UK, they're normally like brown faces, which I think is quite nice. However, saying that, now that I'm actually in Egypt, the one that I can see here, they're not very brown, I'm just gonna say. So look at this one. That one is there. Here's an example of one that is, and it's so cute. Yeah, I love it. But then you have other ones that go back to your typical sort of pictures. But apparently this is a picture of Mary, and apparently the Mona Lisa was inspired by this. But I don't know, I don't like the Mona Lisa anyway, so it's all very interesting. And yeah, this is quite a funny painting. I laughed when I saw it. But yeah, it's all very interesting. The church is it's called the Hanging Church because it's not built on the ground. It was built above like a fortress, I think it is. But it's quite nice. It's interesting because normally when I travel as well, I go to like churches in Italy that are very like the same, like, you know, the same stuff all over and over again. So it's interesting to see something that's a little bit different. But here you can see how it's hanging, and it's not yeah, I kind of like it. I really do. I also normally feel bad when I'm in a church and like just being a tourist, because obviously this is like a whole place of worship, and I feel like such a, you know, a bad person. In general, I think Coptic as well, which I just learned. I think someone told me this before, but I forgot. But Coptic means Egyptian. But yeah, it's quite old. You can see roughly how old that it actually is. This picture actually is really funny because it looks like something that was printed off the internet and stuck onto this, which is very interesting. But yeah, it's cool. I also like how very different the faces are. So like if you look at the faces here, let me show you actually. They're very special. And look at that face over there. That looks really interesting. Okay, right, I think I'm gonna bounce.
This photo and this one and this one. See the Nile come very close to the pyramids area. I don't like to spoil the tour. The pyramids.
Okay.
Here, this is to recognize how they build the pyramids, how they get the stones, which is very close to the pyramids.
I see. Okay. So we finally got into this cage, which is allegedly where Jesus' family, so Joseph, Mary, and who else is there? Of course, Jesus, came to stay when they fled from King Herod. I was just like, you know, I don't know about that, but if you say so, who am I to argue? This is so cute. I really loved this church. I love the bricks. I love everything about it. You can see the Blessed Sacrament there. If you're Catholic Christian, then you might know what that is, but it was kind of nice. It's like a really old church, of course, but I've been to so many churches, and I think I said that before when I was in the last church. It's very different, and I just love how different it is, and I was really grateful to be able to see it. Do you know, I'm just back to my hotel room now. It's not too shabby, but it's nothing spectacular. This was very expensive for this night because it's New Year's Eve and we couldn't really find anywhere half decent to stay. But yeah, the person that I did the tour with ended up getting a little bit aggressive, but then I don't know if I can say that it was aggressive, because I just think it's just how Egyptians are, and obviously when someone's trying to make their point across, they can sound very like but it's a free walking tour, and as most free walking tours go, sometimes in some countries, depending on where you are, people just do it from literally from the goodness of their heart. They're enthusiastic about culture and they love doing this type of thing. They just want to tell you and show you around. But I had a feeling that it wasn't going to be this way here. Then you can just say, okay, like take this little amount or whatever it is. It could be like £5, a tenner, that kind of thing. Or like it could be coins as well. Like in France, sometimes I've done coins, like I'll just give like, you know, £2, because if it's normally, especially if it's like a group, then you end up just chipping in, and then they might get like even up to 50 quid just from the maybe 1 or 2 hour tour. I had a strong feeling that it wasn't going to be this way in Egypt, because I can't even say that. In Cairo specifically, people are like tourist hungry, and then they try and get a lot of money out of tourists, and you get charged ridiculous amounts of things. But anyway, after the tour was done, I then gave him 100 Egyptian pounds, which is about £5, like £5 British. He was like, it's an insult basically for me to give him that much money, like it's too small, this and that. I was like, sorry, for like maybe almost 20 minutes. We ended up arguing about back and forth, good, no good, blah 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 blah. He was showing me that he said on the app that it's meant to be minimum, so you can tip. It's free, but you can tip. How can you dictate how much someone is going to tip, which makes no sense to me? Yeah, I ended up paying the guy 200 Egyptian pounds, and I literally just did it like, let me just do it, because otherwise, like, what am I even, like, let me just let it go. Like, it's not the end of the world. He was telling me how he came all the way from Giza. Is it my fault that you live far away? Like, you could have told me all of this information before you started doing all of this higgy hagger. It's always good to have these kind of experiences when you go to a country, because then you shine your eye. I kind of knew it was going to happen. I don't know, I had a strong feeling. Remember, I think even earlier I knew it was going to happen. But yeah, so definitely nothing is free in this country. He was not the one. But good luck to him, and hopefully he enjoys the money. I'm definitely not booking any other tours with him. I think for most other things, actually, we might just go on our own and just see what things are there. Because yeah, a lot of these tours just end up being just basically someone giving you information that you can read online. It's always nice to know someone who knows all the spots, but a lot of times, a lot of these things, you can do them on your own anyway. It's just whether you're willing to actually go and try and do it on your own. So yeah. So I just wanted to show you guys how lovely Cairo looks at night. I'm going to buy some things. It looks so nice. I just went to get some medicine, and I have period cramps, so I need to go and eat something. Otherwise, I am not sure I'm going to be able to make it out tonight. So I'm going to go to some restaurant that I just found. I'm going to eat something really quickly. But it looks really nice. Look at that. It's very lit up. I didn't actually come here during the day, which I think I should. I think I'm gonna do that like tomorrow. But that's the now Ritz-Carlton, which obviously is very expensive. And let me show you. There's a Hilton over here, which is also an expensive one. But this is where we're staying. We're staying at the, where's my hand? Is my hand? Yeah. We're staying at the Steigenberger, just over there. So yeah. So I'm going to this cafe called La Poire. The cakes, oof, they actually are so good. It's a French cafe, and I was actually quite impressed that they have something like this in Cairo. I don't know why. I mean, of course they have lots of things, but it was really, really nice. For the rest of the evening, I literally just retired to my hotel room. I'm in my hotel room in my robe, doing absolutely nothing other than pray, because it's New Year's Eve, and it's like, you know, what do you actually call that thing? Is it turnover service, Passover, layover? You know what I mean. But I just stayed in my robe for the rest of the evening. I didn't want to do too much. My sister was supposed to get here at 8:30, but then they ended up coming at midnight or like 1 a.m. and at that point there was no point even trying to do anything else. So I just stayed in for the rest of the evening and managed to catch some fireworks from my hotel room, which was a plus because my hotel room kind of is overlooking the Nile with a few buildings sort of like apart. So yeah, it was really nice to just, you know, listen to music and look at that from my room and do nothing else. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you somewhere in this space on the next one. Bye.